I got a random question. It's a deep question though. It's
Okay.
so I'll give the background behind it. Um, I was asked this by a coworker the other day, and my answer to this for some reason surprises people. So I always kind of turn it into a joke, but it got me thinking about asking you. Um, Basically, what is your opinion of on death? Like, do you fear it? Like,
Like my
what do you?
own death?
Yeah,
I don't really think about it, to be honest.
yeah,
I mean, like I have, but like I'm not afraid of it. I'm not like I'm not too conscious of it at the same time. It's like I know it's gonna happen. I'm not one of those people that like fears it's gonna happen really anytime soon. I just kind of assume I'm gonna live um, an average life, length of life, and hopefully get to do all the things I want. And maybe that's really naive of me to think, but um, I don't know. I guess that's better than the alternative of always being afraid of it,
yeah,
or not doing something because I'm afraid I'm gonna die because of it.
yeah.
It's like as you can tell, like I'm big into skating and stuff like that, and like I still like the other like dude, Saturday I slammed so hard at the skate park, like so hard, dude. I thought I texted my wife like right away. I was like, I broke my butt. Like, like I fell like right on my sacrum and
Oh,
like thought I was gonna like, I got up there's a lot of people there too, and I was like, "Oh, shit." Like,
yeah.
I went and put my skateboard away after that, I was just, like, watching the boys after that. Like, the rest of the day, like, I was like, "Oh, like, babe, I'm worthless, like, I can't do anything," like, I couldn't even like, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't, like, get up or do anything." But, like, lucky for me, like, it's still a little sore, but, like, I was very mobile the next day, and,
Yeah,
like, it got better relatively quickly.
yeah,
But, like, it's just like but, like, I'm not like, "Oh my god, I can't skate anymore because like, that really hurt." Like, I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna be down for a few days, like, I can't wait to be back." You know what I mean? Like, same thing like snowboarding, it's like, I wanna go off the biggest jump there still, I still wanna go mountain bike riding. Like, I thrive and, like, I get my kicks off of that adrenaline from doing those wild and crazy things, and I know that there's risks involved with those, but I tend to not even really assume like, think about the risks, and I kinda relate that to death. It's like I never really think about it. I'm more of a glass half full guy than a half empty, you know?
yeah,
So, it is what it is. If it happens, it happens, but, it's like I'm not gonna live in fear of it.
yeah. Um, I like that answer. Mine's similar. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of background on my answer, and then I'm gonna give you my joke answer, which is not. It's partially a joke, but
Okay.
you'll see. So, and then I'll tell you. I'll give you my real answer. So I don't fear the act of dying whatsoever. I've seen it a lot, probably more so than most. And my grandmother is on hospice right now. She's getting towards the end of life with she's has dementia, and
Mhm.
I was raised by her and my grandfather, and she has been terrified of death her entire life to the point where she kept my grandfather alive a lot longer than was necessary. She's keeping
Mhm.
herself a lot alive a lot longer than that's necessary. So for me, seeing that firsthand, like I don't fear the act of dying. I fear one thing, and that is I just want for once in my life to be able to say a certain phrase that I'm scared if I die now, I'll never get to say. And that phrase is don't forget tonight's garbage night. My entire fucking life, every week from being raised to my grandparents, my grandfather, don't forget it's garbage night.
Yeah.
Transitioning to my damn wife, don't forget it's garbage night. I want to live long enough to be able to say that to somebody else. All
Like
right?
on your bed. What's your last thing you said? Don't forget it's garbage night.
I want to live long enough to be able to say to my kids, don't forget it's garbage night.
We gotta train him, dude. Nate's what, 8 now, dude?
He's
He can do that.
getting close, getting
He's
close.
almost 8,
He
he can
helps
do
me
that.
put the garbage bags in the garbage cans, but he's
Yeah.
taking it out. We're not quite there yet. But no.
I mean, you gotta
So,
think about it, like, how old were you when they started saying that to you,
dude,
you
I
know?
think I was legit like 3, bro. My grandfather was ready to hand that chore off
Yeah.
immediately.
I know for sure I was at least 8, you know?
Yeah, I think I was honestly, and to be honest, I think I was probably around Nate's age, the 7, 8 year
Yeah,
old
yeah.
age.
I
But
know for sure.
but
Right there.
the truth that like so that's the joke I always give. But the truth is, I for me the fear is not in the act of dying; it's when I die. I just really want to see my kids grow, and
Yeah,
it's like I
yeah,
think that for me it's the fear of what you leave behind. Like if I was to die today, how that would affect my kids, especially Nate and Luke, because they have, they know me. We have such a close relationship and stuff. The burden it would put on my wife with having to raise them on their
yeah,
own and all that. Like, I think that's where the fear comes in for me. Is I don't care when and how I die in the act of dying. I just don't want it to be until they get to an age where they at least have the memories with me that they should have.
yeah.
You know,
No, for
not to get
sure.
all like super deep, but that's the reality. It's like, so for me, I think anytime after 50, I could care less. I just want
Yeah,
to
no,
make sure that they get
you
that experience. And it ties in a lot to the fact that I didn't have that,
yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm very blessed. I had my grandparents, even though they were very unique. And I was also like, I was just blessed that I was surrounded by father figures, good old Steve. Your dad was one of them. Mike Hubble, you remember, I think you remember David, but Mike was they're the guys that uh, lives across the street from me, so
uh,
I had even Dave Beer, who was a little off the hinges, but was still, knew how to help me figure out right from wrong and stuff. Like I was fortunate enough that I had good
it's a good team
friends.
around you, man,
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
I had good friends that their fathers understood what I didn't have and did what they could to help raise me in that aspect. But I
Absolutely.
still didn't have my own father, and I know
Yeah,
what that feels like.
imagine
Even
what
though,
it'd be like for your kids, absolutely,
yeah,
you
so
know?
even though I know what the love of a father feels like from my friends' parents, it's still not the same. So I think that's where it's for me. I just want to make sure that they at least get that out of me, and then after it's whatever.
Yeah.
But to a minor part of that, it is definitely I need to be able to say that phrase at least once, man. Just give it to me one time. One
You're
time.
getting
Let me
close.
kick my feet up on the fucking couch on Thursday night and go, don't forget it's garbage night, and not have to move.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, like, don't forget it's garbage night, but then you're gonna have to, like, after you say that,
I'm gonna have to
you're gonna have
walk
to
through
be
the
like,
entire house and say, you missed that, you missed that,
yeah,
you missed
yeah,
that, you
you're
missed
gonna
that.
you're like, "Make sure you get that," and like, "What do you
But I
mean? We
won't
just
have to put my shoes on to bring it outside. That's the goal. Okay.
You're gonna have several weeks of, like, you gotta do quality assurance before
Yeah.
you can really just get
Yeah.
to the point of,
But see, here's the
"Don't forget
thing,
it's
dude.
garbage
So
night."
check this out. This is how I learned that. I learned that real quick. One time, it took me one time of my grandfather the next day handing me the phone and saying, you need to call the garbage company and tell them that they need to come because you didn't put the garbage out.
Oh.
Like making that phone call at 10 years old, dude, it scars you for life, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you've taught all garbage companies are the same. The person on the other end of that line, they don't want to talk to you at all. They want
No,
nothing. They fucking deal with garbage all day. They don't want to deal with your bullshit. You
no, but
call them and you say, if you
got a
have to
problem.
call the garbage company and say, hey, I forgot to put the garbage out. I need you to come pick it up. That's like second to saying looking like your wife or significant other in the eyes and saying, hey, I cheated on you. Like that's the type of fear you have and the reaction you're gonna get on the other end of that phone. Because you know what they're thinking. You stupid mother, you had one job.
Yeah, I know.
One fucking job that doesn't change ever,
Yeah, it
except for
happens
that
every week,
one
dude.
time every 10 years, Christmas Day lands on the day garbage is picked up.
Even then, they still service it nowadays, you know? It's
Yeah, a lot
like,
of times they do.
it
But
screws up
like,
their schedules so much that they'd rather service you on Christmas, you know?
it's like the most shameful phone call you have to make.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll just be
But
like,
dude, to be honest, like, there's probably way more people that actually do this on a weekly basis or like, you know, in a city of 50,000 people, I'm sure a couple thousand people do this every week. you
Oh yeah,
know, or a couple hundred at least, you know. So there's probably that one truck that's dedicated every day
yeah.
to the people who forgot
Here's
yesterday.
your route today. You got to go all the way up north, and then you got to
Right.
go down south, and then
Yeah.
oh, there's this dipshit over here on the east side.
Well, and
So
that's just an extra charge for them too.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
they charge you,
yeah. But
so
they're fucking dude. The garbage people are cutthroat. It's always some
oh,
miserable lady too
yeah.
that you got to talk to.
Worked there for 30 years.
Yeah.
I've never seen so much stupid people in 30 years, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'll never forget. I called when I lived in Pacifica once because like we had extra garbage, and it was like the first time I'd ever had that. So I
Yeah.
called. I was like, "Hey, like, so I have like more garbage than fits in my garbage can. Is there anything I can do about it?" And I just never forget. She was just like, "Well, you could put it in a bag and put it next to the garbage can." And I was just
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay. We'll just charge you an extra $6. But do you have to make me feel like a fucking idiot for that? Like,
Yeah,
just
I know.
they just have that. It's like a DMV person, you know?
Oh, I know, yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
like,
just like it's like, I work here, but, like, why are you here?
yeah.
You know?
It's like I tell people how to renew their license all day, every day. It's not my problem. You only have to do it once every 10 years. Okay?
Yeah,
You should know what to
yeah,
do. You should know what to
exactly.
do. What? You haven't been
Yeah,
here in 10 years? Figure it out.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
We've gone full high tech now, even since the last time you've been here, so figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just go over there and push the fucking renew button. All right? It's not that hard.
Oh, I
Okay?
know. It's insane. It is insane.
Oh, man.
Those are some good questions, dude. That was fun.
Yeah, I know that one's a little deep, but I just like the conversation I had with my coworker got me thinking, like,
Yeah,
it's a question that a lot of
random
people,
questions random questions is a space that you could take it anywhere. You can have fun with it, you can get deep, you can, do whatever, man. I
yeah.
like it. We're in the trust tree, in the nest, just doing our thing.